Good evening, children. Good evening, online children. Can you hear me? ඇහෙනව නේද ඔයගොල්ලන්ට? Check one. Oh, ඇහෙන්න ඕන. Right. Uh, First thing I want to tell you that please do not join those who come to my Friday physical paper class. The same paper what I did last week will be discussed today. Both of you are my grade 11 students. You should have to teach the same thing. මම ගිය සතියේ සිකුරාදා ක්ලාස් එකේ සදර්න් ප්‍රොවින්ස් පේපර් එක ඊට කලින් කරේ අපේ පේපර් එක ඒක ඉවරයි. ඊළඟට දැන් සදර්න් ප්‍රොවින්ස් පේපර් එක තියෙන්නේ. එතකොට මේක එදා කතා කරා ෆ්‍රයිඩේ ක්ලාස් එකේ ෆිසිකලි. නමුත් ඕගොල්ලන්ට ඒ chance එක නැති නිසා තමයි මේ පේපර් ඔන්ලයින් ක්ලාස් එකක් දාලා ඒක කරන්නේ. එතකොට ඒ දරුවෝ ආයේ මේකට ලොග් වෙන්න එපා. අර එක දරුවෙක් මේ දන්නේ නැතුව පේමන්ට් සුත් කරලා ලොග් වෙලා මම එයාට පේමන්ට් එක දැන් රිටර්න් කරන්න කතා කරේ. තේරුමක් නැහනේ. එකම පේපර් එක දැන් ඕගොල්ලන්ට ඊට පස්සේ දැන් මම වෙස්ටර්න් ප්‍රොවින්ස් පේපර් එක දෙනවා නෙක්ස්ට් වීක් එකේ. ඊළඟ සෙන්ට්‍රල් ප්‍රොවින්ස් පේපර් එක තියෙනවා, නදර්න් ප්‍රොවින්ස් පේපර් එක තියෙනවා. ඔක්කොම කරන්න බැරි වෙයි. කාලෙ මදි වෙයි. පුළුවන් විදිහට කරනවා. අද අපි බලමු සදර්න් ප්‍රොවින්ස් පේපර් එක ඩිස්කෂන් එක කොහොමද යන්නේ කියලා. right? Right, the first paper. There were one or two incorrect questions. We can skip them. The organ that produces urea in human body is very popular question. Urea, then bile, all those materials are produced in the liver. Urea is produced during breakdown of amino acids. That means breakdown of protein what we eat. Okay. It is called deamination. Amine හරණය කියලා කියනවා ඒ process එකට. මුලින් හැදෙන්නේ යූරියා නම් නෙමෙයි. Ammonia. NH3. Ammonia is highly toxic to the living cells. So as soon as ammonia produced, it is made react with carbon dioxide to form urea. CO, NH2 twice. Ammonia is highly toxic. As soon as ammonia produced, it converts to urea by reacting carbon dioxide. Anyhow, urea is produced in the liver. Okay, second one. The organelle or structure. What is the difference between organelle and the structure? Organelle has a specific function. Structure has no specific function. It has no specific function. It has many functions. As example, cell wall is not an organelle. Cell membrane, cytoplasm, they are not organelles. Mitochondria is an organelle because the cellular respiration occurs in mitochondria. Chloroplast is an organelle. Photosynthesis occurs in chloroplast, like that. So organelle or structure that maintain water balance. Maintain water balance means turgidity. Turgidity. සිංහලෙන් කියනවා මතක නැහැ. තව ඉංග්‍රීසි ටර්ම් එකක් තියෙනවා osmotic pressure කියලා. එකත් හරි. Turgidity is maintained by large central vacuoles. Large central vacuoles. So plant cells are able to do so, but animal cells can't. Animal cells can't bear up high water pressure. Cells burst. Plant cells can, because the plant cells have large central vacuoles. Also, by maintaining water pressure in compound leaves, sleeping movements are done. Can you remember you learn in grade 9 pulvinis at the base of leaflets in compound leaves? Compound leaves වල කෙලවර තියෙනවා මේ ඉදිමෙච්ච කොටස් වශයෙන් structure එකක් pulvinus කියලා. At the evening, water removes in the pulvinus. Then the leaflets or leaves go to sleep, sleep-in movements. Reason for sleep-in movement is turgidity. Maintain the water pressure. It is done by vacuoles. Vacuoles in pulvinus cells. Cells in pulvinus. Third one. Elements present in polythene. Polythene is a hydrocarbon. Polythene is a hydrocarbon. Then hydrocarbons have carbon and hydrogen only. Nothing else. It is made by polyethylene. It's an alkene. Object with weight of 10 newtons hung to a Newton balance. 10 newtons object hung to a Newton balance. If another object with the mass of 200 is hung to the same object, 200 grams, 100 grams equals 1 Newton, 200 grams equals 2 Newtons. Extra 2 Newton is there. Extra 2 Newton. Then altogether 10 plus 2, 12 Newtons. The new reading of the Newton balance will be 10 Newtons. 10. Fifth one, of the following, select the pair of groups of organisms without autotrophs. Without autotrophs means no chlorophyll in them. They must be heterotrophs. There are some bacteria and all plantae are autotrophs. Plantae is autotroph. Some bacteria and some protista, they are autotrophs, but animalia, multicellular animals, and the fungi, they do not have chlorophyll. They are always heterotrophic. They never become autotrophic. Then the answer is the third one. Number 6. Incorrect statement regarding the friction force acting on an object. The friction force exerting on a moving object is dynamic friction. Is it correct? Yes, that is dynamic friction. Friction acting on moving body. Maximum frictional force can be gained in the limiting frictional force. Object is pulled even though the force is applied. If the object does not move, that is static friction. At a one stage, object just begin to move. At that time, the pulling force applied is equal to limiting friction. So that is the highest frictional force that the surface can exert. It is called limiting friction. So it is correct. Frictional force always act against the motion of the entire object. Yes, always it tries to oppose the motion of a body. That's correct. But the problem is the entire object. It's better to go for the fourth sentence. Fourth one, the frictional force exerting on an object when the object stays at rest besides an application of a force is known as static friction. Yes, object is at rest besides can hematibiyadi, a force is applied. It is called static friction. What happens is when you increase the pulling force, static friction is also increasing gradually up to the limiting friction. Fourth sentence is also correct, then the incorrect statement should be the third one. එහෙනම් incorrect එක තුන්වෙනි කියලා ගන්න. Most appropriate answer. වඩාත්ම ගැලපෙන පිළිතුර. සබන්. What is the correct statement regarding photosynthesis? Photosynthesis occurs in each and every plant leaf. Is it correct? Have you heard about some parasitic plants? Semi-parasitic plants like loranthus, parasitic plants like cuscuta. They don't have chlorophyll in their leaves. They grow on another plant to absorb water as well as nutrition. Then all plant leaves, no photosynthesis occurs. Incorrect. Photosynthesis occurs everywhere in the plant leaf. Everywhere? No. Photosynthesis mainly occurs in palisade mesophyll and spongy mesophyll, middle layers of the leaf. No chloroplast in the upper epidermal and lower epidermal cells. In lower epidermal cells, only in the stomata, only in guard cells around the stomata, chlorophyll present, but not in other epidermal cells. Understood? Then it is another false statement. Sunlight essential for photosynthesis. Light is essential. Sunlight. Even in the laboratory, using light, artificial light, photosynthesis can be done. Carbon dioxide essential. Yes, carbon dioxide is essential, not sunlight. Light is essential, not sunlight. Carbon dioxide is essential. Both on. මම මේ කියනවා අහගෙනද ඉන්නේ? මට මුකුත් සද්දයක් ඇහෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඉන්නවද දන්නේ නැහැ නැත්ද දන්නේ නැහැ. ඉන්නව නේද? ඇහෙනව නේද? Next. Which of the following methods cannot be applied to increase the rate of reaction with gaseous reactants? Gaseous reactants like nitrogen plus hydrogen, both are gases. The product is also gas, ammonia. All are gases, reactants and the products. For gaseous reactants, pressure is another factor which decides the rate of reaction. Pressure is affecting. Increase in the pressure or decrease in the pressure. It depends on the type of chemical reaction. ඒක තීරණය කරන්නේ chemical reaction type එක. Okay? Catalyst can be used. Temperature can be or pressure, decrease in pressure. මෙතන තියෙනවා decrease in pressure කියලා. මෙතන තියෙනවා reduce in volume of the container with reactants. Here an injection syringe. It is filled with gases reactants. It is closed. When you push the piston in, the volume decreases. Then the particles get enclosed, reactant particles. Then the number of collisions of reactant particles will be increased. That means the rate of reaction will be increased. Okay? The pressure has increased. If you decrease the pressure, volume will be increased. Volume එක වැඩි වෙනවා. Spaces among the particles will be high. Then number of collisions among the particles will be less. Then the rate of reaction will be decreased, not increased. Then the answer is decrease in pressure. Answer is the decrease in pressure. Okay? Read the next questions. මම ඔය පේපර් එක කලින් එවුවා උදේ. එක පේපර් එකක part 2 එක ගිය සතියේ එව්වේ. Right, next. Microwave. Consider the electromagnetic waves given below. Microwaves, UV, visible light. Arrange them ascend in order of wavelength. Lambda ascending අඩුවකින් නම් වැඩි එකට. Wavelength minimum or wavelength decreases from left to right. Wavelength increases from right to left. Ultraviolet is in right hand side. Then the visible light and microwave in the spectrum. මෙන්න මෙහෙමයි ඉන්නේ spectrum එකේ. Ascending order කියන්නේ පොඩි ඉඳන් වැඩි එකට. Minimum ultraviolet, then visible light, then microwaves. Microwave have highest wavelength, but minimum frequency. Ultraviolet has minimum wavelength, highest frequency. Answer should be B, C, A. Oh, B, C, A. B, C, A. Okay. Tenth one. Solution with the volume of 200 cubic centimeters. Prepared by dissolving 10 grams of sodium hydroxide. What is the concentration? Sodium hydroxide. What is the molar mass? 23, 1 plus 16, 40. 40 grams per mole. Then how many moles of sodium hydroxide in 10 grams? Number of moles equals mass. 10 grams divided by molar mass, 40. It is 0.25 moles. 0.25 moles. Concentration means number of moles in a unit volume. Number of moles 0.25. Volume 200 cubic centimeter. You can't keep it in as it is. You have to convert into cubic meter or decimeter, sorry, divided by 1000. Divided by 1000. You can write it, rewrite it, 0.25 upon 1 into 5. It is 1.25 moles per cubic decimeter. අන්න හැදුවා හරිද වැරදුනාද කොහේ හරි කියලා? 0.25 divided by 2. හරිනේ? 1.25 moles per cubic decimeter. This one. Number 11. Number of plants in a unit area of an ecosystem is counted. What are the plants? Selaginella, pinus, grass, polpala. Selaginella and pinus are non-flowering plants. But pinus has seeds, naked seeds. Selaginella hasn't. Grass is a monocot flowering plant. Polpala is a dicot flowering plant. How many seed plants are there? Polpala, both flowering plants have, then 6 plus 4, 10. Pinus also have, pinus plants have, plus 1, altogether 11. Seeds are there. Whether the naked seeds or covered seeds, seeds are there. Okay. Next. When a piece of plastic and piece of iron at room temperature touch with the hand, piece of iron felt cold. Reason. Yes, when you touch a metal object like iron, you feel cold. But when you touch plastic, wood, no cold or hot. Why? Iron is a heat conductor, plastic is a heat insulator. So when you touch iron, from your body to the iron, heat transfer. Why? Always heat travels from high temperature to low temperature according to the temperature gradient. We are warm-blooded animals. Our body temperature is 37, but outside temperature is less than that. Then from the body to the outside environment to the iron, heat travels. Therefore, we feel cold. The reason is iron being a good heat conductor. Plastic is an insulator. What about the last one? Heat being transmitted from piece of iron to hand. No, heat travels from hand to iron, not iron to hand. 13. Of the following, which is not a characteristic feature of organisms. Not a characteristic feature that you learn in grade 10. Cellular organization is common for all living beings. That's why viruses are not living. They don't have cellular organization. Respiration, yes. Reproduction, yes. That's the only living feature that virus has. But photosynthesis is not a common feature for each and every living being. It is only for plants. Kingdom Plantae only, not for Animalia. 14. Which of the following can be used for identification of compound as an acid? Identification, this term is very important. Handuraganda. Using our sense organs, we have to identify it. Colorless when phenolphthalein is added. Yes, phenolphthalein is a good indicator. It is used to identify acids and bases. Color for acids, colorless. Color for bases, pink. This is true. Production of salt and water with alkaline compounds. Alkaline alkaline means bases which dissolved in water, like sodium hydroxide. When it react with acids, yes, like hydrochloric, they make salt and water. Sodium chloride plus water. But can you use this equation to separately identify acids? Can we see this? Common apihoagan, how do you know whether the salt and water forms? This is neutralization reaction. But you can't use to identify whether it is acid or not. වතුරයි salt හැදුනා කියලා acid එකක් කියලා හරියටම කියන්න බෑනේ. ඒක පේන දෙයක් නෙමෙයි. Can't use. Emission of hydrogen gas by reacting with any metal. No, no, no. Hydrogen gas is emitted only metals above hydrogen in the activity series. Metals below hydrogen like copper, mercury, silver, platinum, gold, they do not react with acids giving hydrogen. Only the metals above hydrogen. Incorrect. Only A correct. A only. A only. 15 up to 19. Balan? Fifteenth one. Which of the following is not a feature? of meristematic tissue, not a feature of meristematic. Meristematic tissues are very small cells. They don't have chloroplast. They don't have large central vacuoles. They're living. They have large nucleus, prominent nucleus like this, but they are not large cells, small. So this is incorrect. All others are correct. 16th. Which of the following statement regarding the transistor given direction of the current flow through its correct? Two types of transistors, NPN, PNP, NPN and PNP types. It is identified by the direction of the current in the emitter. Here the current uh, is inwards. This is outwards. Base, collector, emitter. In emitter, if the current is outwards, the current flow out from the emitter. The current came from collector and go out from the emitter. It is called an NPN transistor. If the current enters from the emitter, it is called PNP transistor. So the given transistor is a PNP one. In PNP transistor, batteries should be connected. Batteries should be connected in a special way like this. Then come to the statements. You can remove the first two answers because the given symbol is PNP, not NPN. Third one, it is a PNP transistor, okay. Current flows from collector to emitter. Collector to emitter. හරි වගේ නේද මේ? Collector to emitter. But read the fourth one too. It is a PNP transistor, okay, and current flows from emitter to collector. Now, emitter to collector in NPN one. Third statement is correct. Go through it carefully. You can find the same answer. Number 17. What is the type of cells with uniformly thick walls and empty lumen? The lumen becomes empty when the cytoplasm is dead. The cytoplasm is dead due to lignified walls. Lignified walls are found in sclerenchymal cells. Then this cell should be a sclerenchymal fiber or scleroids. Sclerenchymal. Here the lumen is dead due to uniform thickening of lignin. Those are lignin. Number 18. Number of carbon atoms in 1 mole of glucose. 1 mole of glucose. How to write glucose? C6H12O6. This is a single glucose molecule. How many carbon atoms are in single glucose molecule? 6. 6 atoms. That is in 1 molecule. How many such molecules are in 1 mole? Avogadro number of such molecules are in 1 mole. Then how many carbon atoms in Avogadro number of glucose? This is in 1 molecule. Those are the number of molecules. 6 into Avogadro number. 6 into Avogadro number. Find the number of molecules in single molecule, then multiplied by number of such molecules in 1 mole, that is Avogadro. Number 19. Ray diagram showing how light goes, how light gets refracted through lenses given below. A and B are two optical devices. Accordingly, what can be the type of lenses A and B? Look at A. What happens is, when diverging light rays sent to that object, they converge. Divergent beam is directed, they have converged. So this should be biconvex lens. Only the convex lenses can converge light like this. In the second one, when the parallel beam of light falls on biconcave lens, they diverge. When divergent beam is sent, they refract parallelly. Then this should be a biconcave lens. When the converging beam is sent, it reflect parallelly, refract parallelly. පැරලියාව ඩයිවර්ජ් වෙනවා මේ විදිහට આવොත් පැරලල් යනවා. Then the answer is convex lens and concave lens. A convex, B concave. A convex, B concave. The correct diagram. Okay. Number 20. The following. Which option gives an example for human enzyme that functions in acidic and basic media, each in respective order? Acidic and basic media. Acidic medium is found in the stomach. Basic medium is found in the mouth. Amylase enzyme, salivary amylase enzyme acting in the basic medium. And also in pancreatic juice. Pancreas also have amylase, that is pancreatic amylase. Amylase enzyme acting in basic medium. But amylase is not given for the second answer here. Then you have to find another enzyme secreted by the pancreas. First one should be one of the enzyme in gastric juice. Hydrochloric acid is in the stomach. පළවෙනි උත්තරේ වෙන්න ඕන gastric juice එකේ enzyme එකක්. What is it? Pepsin. Second one should be one of the enzyme in pancreas. Since the amylase is not given. බලන්න pancreas තියෙනවද කියලා? Trypsin is given. Trypsin is secreted in the pancreas. Pancreatic juice is basic. Gastric juice is acidic. Answer is the first one. මේ දෙක මාරුලා තිබ්බනම් හරි උත්තරේ අන්තිම එකේ. ඒ දෙක අනිත් පැත්තට තියෙන්නේ. 21st. Select the correct statement regarding all the molecules given below. Methane, CH4, water, hydrochloric acid, hydrogen gas. Contain only single bonds between atoms. Yes. Methane or methane is the simplest hydrocarbon. Alkane having a single bond. See that? Water also have a single bond. Hydrochloric acid also have a single bond. Hydrogen is also have single bond. They contain only single bonds, but read the other answers also. Exit as gases. No. Liquid, water, and hydrochloric are liquids. Each contain pair of lone pairs. No. Which molecules have pair of lone pairs? Pair of lone pairs is only in water. Only in water. Contains polarized bonds. What are the polarized molecules? Water and hydrochloric acid are polarized. Other two are non-polar. Then the correct answer is the first one. They all contain single bonds. තියෙන්නේ single bonds කියන කතන්දරේ හරි. 22 is very practical question. Really practical one. This is how water slanted in a Bowser when it is in deceleration. When the Bowser is in deceleration, what happened to the water level? It will be parallel if it moves in uniform velocity. If it accelerates, will be like the first one. When it decelerate, looks like in the second answer. මෙන්න මෙහෙමයි decelerate කරද්දී water level එක තියෙන්නේ. නවත්තන්න යද්දී. මේ පැත්තට වැඩි ඉස්සරහට. accelerate කරද්දී පිටිපස්සට වැඩි. Second answer. 23. The diagram given below illustrates how electrons, protons, neutrons are arranged in the basic building block. Basic building block of certain type of matter. What can be this building block? Count the number of protons and neutrons. 12 plus 11, 23. That is a mass number. What is the element with mass number 23? Sodium. Atomic number is 11. Count the number of electrons in this given atom. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Only 10. Then what happened to the remaining electron? Remaining electron has been given. It has made a positive ion. Sodium had 11 electrons. 1 is given, making sodium plus ion. Sodium plus ion is given here. But this is not the correct way of showing the ion. Ion should be shown enclosing a double bracket and put the charge type outside the bracket. Answer is sodium plus ion. ඔහොම ions අදින්නේ නැහැ. ඔහොම අදින්නේ atoms විතරයි. Ions නම් double bracket එකක් දාලා charge type එක ලියන්න ඕනේ එහා පැත්තේ. 24. Which of the following statements most accurately describe the equilibrium? සමතුලිතතාවය. Object under three forces. There are two ways that object is in equilibrium under two ways, under three forces. One is under the three inclined forces, like this, and three parallel forces. In both ways, object will be in equilibrium under three forces. All forces in the system are equal. Now, these are not equal. Sum of these two forces should be equal to the third one. Second one, forces of the system are opposite in direction. These two are opposite to the third one. In the first figure, resultant of these two opposite to the third one. Not the forces, resultant of them. So that is also incorrect. Third one, all forces in the system are collinear. Are they collinear? No, they have different line of actions. See, they are parallel forces, different lines of actions. but they are coplanar. හැබැයි එක තලයේ පිහිටන්නේ. It is not given. Last one, resultant force of the system 0. Yes, if an object is in equilibrium, resultant is 0. කොහෙන් ගියත් resultant එක බිඳුවක් වෙන්න ඕන. That's the nature of any equilibrium system. Okay? Fourth one. 25. Select the true statement regarding hormones associated with the menstrual cycle of a healthy matured woman. Healthy matured woman. Select the true statement regarding hormones associated with the menstrual cycle of a healthy matured woman. Only LH. What is LH? Luteinizing hormone. Concentration is high on 14th day. What happened in the 14th day? In the 14th day, graphene follicle is burst, removing the ovum into the abdominal cavity. Bursting of graphene follicle is done by the effect of LH, luteinizing hormone secreted by the pituitary. At the same time, FSH, follicle stimulating hormone, concentration is lowered. Yeah, do you know? Function of follicle stimulating hormone is what? Developing primary follicle into graphene follicle. It is burst by luteinizing hormone, LH. Then at the 14th day, only the luteinizing hormone concentration is high, FSH concentration is low. Then find the answer. Only FSH concentration is high. No. Both LH and FSH concentration high. No. Both LH and FSH concentration low. No. Fourth one is correct. Only LH concentration is high on the 14th day to burst the graphene follicle. 26. Of the following, which is the circuit with highest voltmeter reading? Highest voltmeter reading can be obtained when the batteries are connected in series. When the batteries are connected parallel like this, the voltage equals to the voltage of one battery. When they are connected correctly in series, if one battery has 1.5 volt, there are two such batteries, then it becomes 3 volt. That is the maximum voltage when you connect a voltmeter at the two ends of the battery. These two connections are incorrect. Okay? 27. Sodium is industrially manufactured by down cell method. Okay? What is the oxidation reaction that occurs during that process? Oxidation. What are the ions present in the solution or mixture? Fused sodium chloride is there. It ionizes to sodium plus and chlorine ion. No water. Only these two ions are in the mixture. Out of them, chloride ion release electrons, making chlorine gas near the anode. Two chloride ions release two electrons to make one chlorine gas molecule. This is the oxidation. Who get these ions? Sodium plus ions. Sodium plus ions gain these electrons, making liquid sodium near the cathode. That is reduction. Then the oxidation is done by chlorine. Oh, first one, not second one, the first one. Correct, what do you call that? Half ionic reaction. Balanced half ionic reaction. Oxidation. That is oxidation. Here the reduction. Mean reduction. This is oxidation. 28. Which of the following cannot be considered as an organizational level of biosphere? What is the first organizational level? Individual. Individual means one of the organism. One of the organism may be a plant or an animal. Group of such individuals belong to the same species. Make a population. Few populations together make a community. Community plus abiotic environment make ecosystem. All the ecosystems on earth creates the biosphere. So those are the organization levels in the biosphere. What is missing? Species is not an organization level. Species කියන එක අයිති වෙන්නේ නැහැ organization level එකට. Animals in the same species make population. Species කියන්නේ organization level එකක් නෙමෙයි. Right? මොකක්ද එතකොට species එකක් කියන්නේ? Group of animals, group of organisms having same features who can breed to form a fertile offspring. Animals of same kind who can reproduce a fertile offspring. That is a species. සරෝජනිතෙක් බිහි කරන්න පුළුවන්, sexual reproduction එකෙන් බිහි කරන්න පුළුවන් සත්තු ගොඩකට කියනවා species එකක් කියලා. But not an organization level. Okay? 29. The graph given below was obtained by a group of students. When they plot the reading obtained at an experiment done in order to verify Ohm's law. Reason for this shape of the graph could be. What should be the reason? The graph has been curved. It should be a straight line through the origin, goes through the origin. Ohm's law is accepted only when the temperature is constant throughout the experiment. If the temperature increases, you will get the curved graph. So what happens here is temperature has changed. Temperature increases when the switch is closed for a long time. Once after getting the pair of readings, voltmeter reading, ammeter reading, the switch should be closed. That's why we use a switch to prevent heating of the coil. Closing the switch for a long time is the reason for that. Okay? 30. Which of the following is a gas with basic properties? Basic properties. Non-metallic oxides form acidic gas. Metallic oxides form basic compounds. Ammonia. When ammonia dissolved in water is a gas which dissolved in water very well, ammonium hydroxide, weak base is formed. Ammonium hydroxide is a weak base. Sulfur dioxide is a non-metallic oxide. When it is dissolved in water, sulfurous acid is formed. That is incorrect. Carbon dioxide is another acidic gas. Why? When carbon dioxide dissolved in water, weak carbonic acid is formed. When chlorine gas dissolved in water, another acid is given. Then the base given by ammonia. This is called the ammonium gas. When it dissolves ammonium hydroxide, it is called ammonium or liquid ammonia. මේකට කියන්නේ liquid ammonia. Ammonium hydroxide, weak base. Other three produce acidic gases, acidic substances. 31. All daughters born to certain couple of parents suffer from color blindness. Which of the following can be stated definitely regarding the parents? All daughters are colorblind. අගින්න මුලට යන්න වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. Offsprings first. These two daughters have colorblind. Mother should have simple C. If she has capital C in other, let's check. Father colorblind. Little balloon. Disease carrier mother. Colorblind father. Gametes form. One girl is colorblind. Then the other girl is healthy, but she has also colorblind. Then mother should have the disease. Both father and mother, both of them should be colorblind. Then nama colorblind වෙන්න ඕන. Both parents suffer from colorblindness. Otherwise, that colorblindness does not transmit to both girls, daughters. නැත්තම් දෙන්නටම යන්නේ නැහැ. දෙන්නම colorblind වෙනවා මේ විදියට. Okay? මෙයා healthy. නෑ. මෙයා colorblind. කොල්ල දෙන්නත් colorblind. 3 strategies taken to prevent rusting of iron given below. Right. A. Applying zinc on iron goods. What is the name given for applying zinc on iron goods? Yes, galvanizing. It's called galvanizing. B. Welding of zinc or magnesium to the hull of ships sailing oceans. Here. These days, vehicles are carried by huge ships in the ocean. To prevent rusting of vehicles, metals above iron in the activity series rivet on the hull of the ship. නැවේ බඳට රිවට් කරනවා යකඩවලට වැඩිය reactivity වැඩි metals. අයන් වලට වැඩි වෙන්න ඕන reactivity එක. ඒ කවුද? මැග්නීසියම්, ඇලුමිනියම් වගේ අය. Then highly reactive metal sacrifices prevent iron from rusting. It is called cathodic protection. Iron become a cathode and prevent from rusting. Zinc and magnesium are two metals reactive than iron. So B can be considered as cathodic protection. C. Applying tin in food containers. Tin in salmon tin. The vessel is iron, metal tin painted. Tin is less reactive than iron. Then highly reactive metal get rusted. Iron get rusted. So why we apply tin on salmon tin then? Not for the cathodic protection, that is the anodic protection. That means to prevent contact of oxygen and water to the salmon tin. මේ salmon tin එකට වතුර සහ ඔක්සිජන් එක නවත්තන්න තමයි මෙයාලා බලාපොරොත්තු. It is not a cathodic protection. It is not a durable method. Why? When there is a scratch on salmon tin, iron exposed to air and get rusted soon. Tin කියන metal එක සීරුණ ගමන් යකඩේ මතුවෙලා එළියට වේගයෙන් මඩ කන්න ගන්නවා. This is not good method. Then of the above methods, cathodic protection can be seen. Cathodic protection can be seen in A and B only. A and B only. ඒ දෙකේ විතරයි. Always for cathodic protection, use metals above iron in the activity series. (33) Which of the following statements regarding liquid pressure is true? Okay. Pressure at the same height of different liquids equal. Yes, pressure at the same height will be equal, but not different liquids. Different liquids have different densities. Then their pressures are different. This is incorrect. Same volume of any column of liquid exerts the equal pressure. Same volume of any column of liquid exerts same volume or same height. It should be same height, same perpendicular height, not the volume. Liquid pressure exerts in all directions in any liquid. Yes, when the water is filled to a polythene bag and make some holes, you can see the water removes in all directions. It shows that liquid pressure acts in all directions. It's one of the characteristics of liquid pressure. Read the last one also. Density of the liquid does not affect liquid pressure. Why not? On denser liquids, liquid pressure is high. Liquid pressure is low in low dense liquids. This is incorrect. Third statement is correct. 34. Copper sulfate plus 2x, X2SO4 thrice, and copper displaces. This is a metal displacement reaction. In a metal displacement reaction, since the copper has displaced, X should be one of the metal reactive than copper. Then that metal should be above copper in the activity series. Copper වලට උඩින් ඉන්න කෙනෙක් වෙන්න ඕනේ. It should be reactive metal. Then you can't use, you can use magnesium, you can use zinc, aluminium, and the lead also. කොමලම ඉන්නේ හැබැයි copper වලට උඩින් නේ. Oh. But the problem is, look at the valency of this compound. X2SO4 thrice. Then what is the valency of X? Valency of sulfate is 2. Valency of X is 3. then that metal should belong to the third group. Find the third group element, aluminium. Third group element is aluminium. Then this metal should be aluminium. How to write this reaction correctly? Copper sulfate plus 2 aluminium. මොනවද හැදෙන්නේ? Aluminium sulfate. මෙහෙමයි ලියන්නේ. Al2SO4 thrice. And copper displaces. Copper displaces. Okay? The metal is aluminium. Right. 35. Several functions of human brain given below. A. Coordinate body movements. Coordinates body movements. Yes. Body movements are being coordinated by cerebrum and cerebellum both. Maintain body balance. Body balancing is done by the cerebellum entirely, not cerebrum. Control the heartbeat. Heartbeat is controlled by the medulla oblongata. That is not cerebellum. Then functions carried by cerebellum are A and B. A and B. මේ පේපර් එක දැන් මම ඔයාලට ලියන්න ගොඩාක් වෙලාවක් දුන්නේ නැත්තේ අපිට කාලයක් නැති නිසා. අපිට තව දවසක් හෝ දෙකක් තමයි පන්ති කරන්න සිද්ධ වෙන්නේ. ඒ නිසා අපිට මහ ලොකු කාර්යයක් නැහැ. නමුත් papers ප්‍රමාණයක් වැඩි දැන්. මොකද මේ term test papers හැම province එකකම මට ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා. හෙටානිද central province එනවා, දැන් north western northern province එකෙන් ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා, western province එකෙන් තියෙනවා. right? තව provinces රබරගමුවෙන් එන්න තියෙනවා හෙටානිද්දට. ඉතින් ඒවා මල් ළඟ තියෙන වැඩක් නැහැ නේ. ළමින්ද කරන්න එපා. නමුත් කාලය මදි. ඒ නිසා මම මේ ඔයගොල්ලන්ට කරන්න දෙන්නේ නැතුව මම මේ questions 40ම discuss කරන්නේ. තේරුණාද? 36. Which of the following statements is true? Virtual, upright, diminished image formed by the convex mirrors. Convex mirrors are used in vehicle side mirrors. Vehicle side mirrors. Yes, in vehicle side mirrors, you can see upright, small images. There are also virtual images. So this statement should be correct. But read the other statements. පළවෙනි එකම හරි කියලා අනිත් ඒවා නොකිය වින්න එපා ඕලෙල් එක්සෑම් එකෙත්. හරි? කොහේ හරි වැරද්දක් තියෙන්න පුළුවන් අපේ නොපෙනෙන. මේ පේපර් එක වගේ නෙමෙයි ඕලෙල් එකේ. එම ලේසියම ෆස්ට් ආන්සර් එක මෙන්න විදියට හදන්නේ නැහැ ඔක්කොම. එහෙම කියලා too much හිතන්නත් එපා. Confidence නම් okay. Only real images are formed by convex lenses. This is a convex lens. Will the real image form? No. Convex lens, yes. Convex lens form real, but when the object is nearby, then it makes a virtual image, enlarged virtual image. Make it only කියලා ඒකින්න වැරදි. Only virtual upright diminished image formed by the concave lens. Concave මොනවද හැදෙනවා කියන්නේ? virtual කියන්නේ මේක ඇතුලේ හැදෙන්න ඕන. upright හරි, diminished formed by concave lenses. හරිද? concave lenses වල. ඔව්. මොන ඉමේජ්ද හැදෙන්නේ? ළඟින් තිබ්බොත් මෙහෙම ගියා. මෙයාගේ divergence එකක් වෙන්න ඕන. පැදින් ගියොත් මෙන්න මෙතන ඉමේජ් එක හැදෙන්නේ. ඈතින් තිබ්බොත් මෙහෙම ගියා. diverge වුණා. ඒත් හැදෙන්නේ පුංචි ඉමේජ් එකක්. This image is always This image is always virtual. Hari. Upright. Hari. And diminish. Yes. එක හරි. එතකොට පළවෙනි එකට ආපහු යන්න සිද්ධ වෙනවා. පළවෙනි කායසරයක් කියමු බලන්න. Virtual, upright, diminish images found only by කියලා කතන්දරයක් තියෙනවා. මේ දැක්කේ නෑ. දැක්කනේ මං කිව්වේ. only by concave කියන එක වැරදිනේ. ඇයි මෙයත් හදනවනේ. නේද? ඒක තමයි වැරද්ද. එහෙනම් උත්තරේ ගන්න වෙන්නේ තුන්වෙනි එක. මෙන්න මේ only කියන වචනේ නිසා ඒක වැරදි. මෙතනත් only කියන නිසා වැරදි. අන්තිම එකක් කියවන්න. only real images found by plane mirrors. නෑ ඒක වෙන්න ඕන only virtual images found by the plane. ඒකෙත් only නිසා ඒකේ real කියන වචනේ නිසා වැරදි. Correct answer is the third one. දැක්ක නේද මං කිව්වා? right. එක වචනයකින් වෙනස් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. පළවෙනි සැරේ කියවද්දී අපිට අහු නොවෙන්න පුළුවන්. 36 37 we are in the last three questions. The diagram shows how a canoe floats. Canoe මොකද්ද මේ? නගුලක්ද? ප්ලව් එකක්ද? නැහැ. මේ පේපර් එක අමතක කරන්න එපා. මේක සදර්න් ප්‍රොවින්ස් පේපර් එක. මේ තියෙන්නේ අර කොල්ලෑව කියන එක. මාළු අල්ලන්න යන්නේ. මේම බැලන්ස් එකට මේ පැත්තෙන් ගැට ගහලා තියෙන්නේ. මේ මිනිස්සුන්ට මේවා සාමාන්‍ය දේවල්. අපේ පැති වල දැකිට නැති වුණාට. මේකට කියන්නේ කැනොයි හල් කියලා. බඳ කැනොයි එකේ. outrigger එහා පැත්තේ තියෙන බරක්. බැලන්ස් එකට තියෙන්නේ. A. When the canoe is slant towards left. මේ පැත්තට slant වෙච්ච ගමන්. Outrigger creates clockwise moment and make it balance. Hari. Weight of the trigger balance it. එයා balance කරනවා. It creates a moment. When the canoe is slant towards right. මෙයා මේ පැත්තට කැරකෙන්න ගත්තොත්. මෙහෙම. The moment created by upthrust exerts on the outrigger balance. මෙතනින් upthrust එකෙන් මෙයා උඩට දානවා. ආපහු මේ පැත්තට හරවනවා. Correct. When the canoe is at rest. මෙයා rest එකේ තියෙනවා like this. Resultant force is zero. Yes, in equilibrium, in a system of equilibrium, resultant force should be zero. ABC all correct. All ABC. Canoe hull. Right? 38. Which of the following cannot be considered as an instance where green concept applied in building construction? This question is made from last page of your second part textbook. What is it? Using green concept in architectural constructions. බලන්න තියෙනවා ගයක් හදන්නේ කොහොමද කියලා. green concept අනුව. grade 9 උත් තිබ්බා. බලමු. Use of natural ventilation. Yes. That's why the large windows and air holes are designed to get ventilation to minimize the expenses for air conditioners and fans. Use of daylight sensitive lamps to obtain light. What is it? එහෙම එකක් නම් දන්නේ අපිනේ. පොඩක් තියන්න. Use the rainwater. Yes, yes. In any green building, as you learn in grade 9, rainwater has collected properly without breeding the mosquitoes. That's correct. Fourth one, use of biogas to obtain heat energy. Yes, if we can use biogas for cooking purposes, we can decrease the energy consumption from the national grid. We can reduce the LP gas. It accepts the carbon footprint also, and sustainable. But third answer is not relevant for green concept. ඒක green concept කියලා ගන්න බෑ. 39. Last two. Which of the following can be an initial observation made in a reservoir near the farmland that uses agrochemicals? Observation made in a reservoir. farmland එකක් ළඟ තියෙන agrochemicals use කරන ජලාශයක දකින්න ලැබෙන දේවල්. Floating dead bodies. Initial observation කියන්නේ මුලින්ම දකින්න ලැබෙන දේවල්. Floating dead bodies of fish and other organisms. මාළු සහ අනිත් ඒවා මැරිලා පාවෙනවලු. Emission of unpleasant smell around the reservoir. Why? Because of eutrophication. මේ eutrophication නිසානේ. Eutrophication. Eutrophication is done by nitrate and phosphate ions. Algae blooming. Nitrate phosphate ions are added from agrochemicals. So when more agrochemicals are added to that water reservoir, more algae grow like a green carpet. You can see the entire water body becomes green color. මුලින්ම වෙන්නේ algae වැඩියෙන් හැදෙනවා. Then the water body is entirely covered by algae carpet. No sunlight falls into the bottom of the reservoir. Then no photosynthesis is done. No oxygen is made. Then the fish will die. The plant will die. On their dead bodies, anaerobic bacteria grow. When they decompose those dead plants and animals, they release odor gases. Then the odor given out to the surrounding. It happens finally. The first thing happen is what? Organic matter, accumulation of organic matter in the reservoir. ජලාශයට අර organic materials, agrochemicals වලින් එකතු වෙනවා. ඊට පස්සේ green color පේනවා. ඊට පස්සේ තමයි අනිත් කතන්දර වෙන්නේ. ඒතකොට මේක initial කියලා අහලා තියෙනවා. මුලින්ම පේන දේ. Initial observation. Is it water in the reservoir turns to green color or accumulation of organic matter in the reservoir? මුලින්ම වෙන දේ නම් organic materials එකතු වෙන එක තමයි. ඊට පස්සේ green color carpet එක පේනවා. organic matter එකතු වෙනවා පේනවද ජලාශයට? ඔව් agrochemicals වලින්. ඔව් එකතු වෙනවා. එහෙනම් අපි මේක ගමු උත්තරේ. accumulation of organic matter in the reservoir. organic matter එන්නේ agrochemicals වලින්. ඊට පස්සේ algae හැදෙනවා. ඊට පස්සෙම අනික් කතන්දර එන්නේ මාළු මැරෙනවා. ඊට පස්සේ ගඳ ගහනවා. Last one. Which part of 4R principle? හැමදාම 4R එකකින් අහනවනේ ප්‍රශ්නය. Waste management. By newly introduced government decision to charge in money for polythene bags. හරි. කලින් කරන්න තිබ්බ දෙයක් දැන් හරි කරලා තියෙනවා. මොකද්ද මේකෙන් බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ? Polythene bag in Kiel supermarket is 3 or 5 rupees. Small one is 3, large one is 5 rupees. But if they charge more than that, most of people will not go for that bag. They will bring a bag from their houses or they will buy the other bag, the composite bag. What they try to do is to reduce the usage of polythene bags. Reduce. පාවිච්චි කරන එක අඩු කරන්න තමයි තියෙන්නේ හදලා. Reduce the usage. And we can reuse their ready bag. Reduce in polythene bag and reuse their ready bag. Reduce. Gonna reduce කියලා. Right. So that's the end of the first paper in Southern Province, third term. Okay. Here the part A. Part A. කියලා බලන්න. මේ පේපර් එක නම් මම ගිය සතියේ වුණා. ඔව්. වැඩ කරන ළමයෙකුට නම් හොඳටම ප්‍රමාණවත් කියවලා බලලා උත්තරත් හොයාගන්න. ඔයගොල්ලෝ පරණ පේපර්ස් ගන්න කැමති නැනේ අලුත් කියවන කරන්න කැමති. ඒක අපි දන්නවා. ඒ නිසා තමයි හැම සතියෙම අලුත් පේපර් එකක් එවන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ. හැබැයි අපිට හැම සතියෙම බෑ කම්ප්ලීට් පේපර් එකක් ෆිනිෂ් කරන්න. ඒකට කාලෙ මදි. හරිනේ. Number 1 අපි ටිකක් එන්ලාජ් කරලා ගමු. සෑහෙන කාලෙකින් ඔන්න තියෙනවා cycle එකක් දීලා. It's a biogeochemical cycle. What is it? Looks like nitrogen cycle. Did not come, did not come for last 9 or 8 years. For especially for structured essay paper. Many questions came in MCQ, but not in essay type or structured essay. Nitrogen cycle එකෙන් මෙහෙම ප්‍රශ්න ඇවිල්ලා නැහැ O level exam එකට තාම. මේ සැරේ ෂුවර් නැහැ. කාබන් සයිකල් ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා. Right? Atmospheric nitrogen is there. There are several methods which nitrogen return to the soil. Okay. And one of the method which nitrogen added to the soil, added to the atmosphere, and few others. Right. You had to write the relevant English letter. Denitrification. Denitrification means nitrate ions return to the atmosphere. It is done by denitrifying bacteria like Pseudomonas, Thiobacillus. It is given in step C. Look at C. The only way that nitrate ions converted to nitrogen It helps to maintain the nitrogen balance of the atmosphere as 78%. Biological fixation means uh, absorption of nitrogen from the atmosphere by free living soil bacteria or rhizobium bacteria who lives in root nodules of leguminous plants. Either free soil bacteria like Acetobacter or rhizobium. It is shown by they directly supply nitrogen. It is given by D. Yes, D. Biological fixation. Atmospheric fixation is another way how atmospheric nitrogen added to the soil. It is done by lightning. Lightning is shown in F. Industrial fixation is another method. That means Haber method. In Haber method, nitrogen in the atmosphere may react with hydrogen to form ammonia gas. Then later, ammonia react with carbon dioxide to form urea. Production of urea is called Haber method. It is given in factory E. Make a amination නෙමෙයි. Amination කියන එක වැරදි. This should be what is it? Ammonification. Ammonification. Ammonification means dead bodies of animals and plants and their extruded product. They are very complex. They are converted to ammonium ions. Complex nitrogenous compounds in dead bodies of animals and the plants converts to ammonium plus ions. That is A. Process A. Then what is B? B is not asked. What happened in B is ammonium plus ions first converts to nitrite. Secondly, convert to nitrate. Only nitrate can be absorbed by the green plants. This entire process is known as nitrification. This is called nitrification, done by bacteria called Nitrobacter and Nitrosomonas. Nitrobacter and Nitrosomonas. It is not asked in this question yet. Read the fourth question. Sixth one, sorry. As what compound does nitrogen present in the body of plants and animals? What compound that nitrogen present in plants' body? In proteins. Nitrogen is in proteins. Wash the hands properly. Nitrogen present in proteins. Plant proteins and animal proteins. Seventh one. The nitrogen cycle is disturbed. Nitrogen cycle is disturbed by various human activities. Nitrogen cycle is disturbed by various human activities. Mention 2 human activities that disturb nitrogen cycle. Nitrogen cycle is entirely maintained by bacteria. Nitrifying bacteria, denitrifying bacteria, decomposes, then the nitrosomonas, nitrobacter, como bacteria ini. Rhizobium, Acetobacter. So when we damage the soil by adding polythene and plastics, then the soil become unfavorable for them. Then they will die. Then the nitrogen cycle will be disturbed. So you can write one of them. Uh, Adding polythene and plastics into the soil make unfavorable for microbes. Another thing is adding more urea into the soil. When more urea is added, ammonium compounds in the soil is high, then nitrogen gas in the atmosphere will be less. That makes unbalance of this cycle. අනවශ්‍ය විදිහට ඔන්නට වැඩිය nitrogenous fertilizers පොළොට දාන්න හොඳ නැහැ. Balance එක නැති වෙනවා. Add in more nitrogenous fertilizers like urea into the soil. These two human activities will damage the or disturb the nitrogen cycle, natural balancing. Right. 8.1. Mention adverse effect of disturbing nitrogen cycle. Mention an adverse effect of disturbing nitrogen cycle. ඒ මොකක්ද ඒ? එක අහන්නේ human activities නෙමෙයි වෙන්නේ නැති. Adverse effect of nitrogen cycle එක disturb වුණාම ඇති වෙන්න පුළුවන් දෙයක්. If nitrogen cycle is disturbed, then nitrogen oxides like NO2, N2O, NO, those oxides will increase in the atmosphere. මේවා වැඩි වෙන්න පුළුවන් atmosphere එකේ. It causes acid rains and photochemical smog. දෙකම වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Acid rains and photochemical smog. Photochemical smog හැදෙන්නේ nitrogen dioxide වගේ gases වලින්. Acid rains උත් හැදෙනවා ඔය nitrous oxides වලින්. මේ ඔක්කොම කියන්නේ nitrous oxides of nitrogen කියලා. ඒ විතරක් නෙමෙයි green house effect එකටත් බලපානවා. Oxides of nitrogen. Right, what is this? B is a graph. The graph given below depicts how individual carbon dioxide emission varies during the period between 2016 to 2023. ලංකාවේනේ. Oh. Individual carbon dioxide emission with the time. Mention two processes of individual that contributes carbon dioxide emission. One is respiration. ඒක නවත්තන්න බෑනේ ඉතින්. The other one is fossil fuel burning, no? Burning of fossil fuel. Burning of fossil fuel, especially in transportation and the factories. Which is the year that accounts for minimum individual carbon dioxide emission? Accordingly, 2022 නේද? Oh, 2022 looks like. Reason for the local ඇයි වෙන්නේ නැත්තේ? ඔය කාරණේ fuel crisis එක තිබ්බේ. Fuel crisis and corona. Corona සහ fuel crisis දෙකම සෙට් වුණා. වාහන වලට තෙල් නැහැ. තෙල් තිබ්බත් යන්න විදිහක් නැහැ. කර්ෆියු. අන්න අඩු වුණා carbon footprint එක. Fourth one, suggest two strategies to be followed in reducing individual carbon dioxide emission in the year ahead. එතනින් එහාට two strategies to be followed to reduce the individual. එතනින් එහාට අඩු වෙලා නැති හේතු මොනවද කියලා අහනවා. To be followed in reducing එකක් අපිට ගන්න පුළුවන් පුතේ EV vehicles, electric vehicles. hybrid vehicles or hybrid. තව ගන්න පුළුවන් alternative energy sources used for production of what? Production of energy in power stations using eco-friendly alternative energy sources rather than the thermal power stations. Once carbon dioxide emission එහෙම නැත්නම් හුස්ම ගන්නව අඩු වෙනවා එහෙම කතන්දරයක් නෙමෙයි ආ. ඒක ගන්නෙත් නෑ carbon footprint එකට. Right, number 2, a table. Group of organisms, characteristic features. A, unicellular or multicellular without tissue level organization. That means they are microbes without tissue level organization කියලා කියන්නේ මේ protozoa වගේ කට්ටිය. Unicellular. B, possess cell walls chitin. Chitin නම් අනිවාර්යෙන්ම fungus. C, naked seeds, that is in gymnosperm. Diploblastic එකම එක්කෙනා Syndrata, that is Nidaria. Possess external ear lobes, it is a mammal. Homothermic with streamlined body in both Pisces and Aves. But homeothermic means warm-blooded. Aves is warm-blooded. Pisces is cold-blooded. This is Aves, birds. Possess joint appendages in arthropods. Last one, possess coelomic triploblastic. Coelom first seen in annelids. Where are the water vascular system? That is not in annelid. Echinodermates. They have water vascular system. Echinodermates. We also have coelom in our body. Echinodermates also have, annelids have, mollusks have, but who haven't? Cnidarians haven't. All other organisms have. Then answers. Which English letter denote vertebrate groups? Vertebrate groups are mammal, E, birds, F, EF. Write down another characteristic of group of the organism denoted G. G, arthropods. They also have chitinous exoskeleton. They have chitinous exoskeleton. As well, few segments in the body combine to form tagma. It is called tagmatized body. Tagmatization. Tagmatization is a special feature of arthropods. Tagmatized body. ශරීරයේ කොටස් කීපයක් එකතු වෙලා ප්‍රධාන කොටස් හදනවා. Head, thorax, abdomen. Next, write down the English letter that denote groups which contain autotrophic organisms. And write down the name of that group of organism against the relevant letter. Contain autotrophic organisms. Write down the name of that group of organism. කවුද මේකේ autotrophic අය ඉන්නේ? මෙයා heterotrophic fungus. මෙන්න මෙයා autotrophic C. English letters that denote groups which contain autotrophic. You can get the first one also. A. Algae is there, no? Algae. Autotrophic algae. A and B. A and C. Write down the name of the group of the organism against the relevant letter. A can algae. C means Pinus, Cycus, gymnosperms. A can non-flowering seeded plants. Non-flowering seeded plants. What are the two morphological types found among organisms in group D? Group D means Cnidarians. They have polyp shape and medusa shape. Polyp shape and medusa. Polyp shape කිව්වම දන්නවනේ. The sedentary life කොහරි කළු ගලකට ඇලිලා ජීවත් වෙන්නේ. Coral polyps, sea anemone, hydra. Medusa, just like open umbrella. Jellyfish, it has a medusa shape. Polyps and medusa shape. B. Binomial nomenclature used for scientific naming of organisms. Okay. Write down two conventions followed in binomial nomenclature. Only the first letter of generic name is capital. All other letters are simple. It's one of the convention. Another one is each and every name should have two terms. Always first term in the first epithet. First epithet first term is generic name and the second term is species name. තව ඉතින් ඕන තරම් ලියන්න පුළුවන් මම ලියන්න නැති වුණාට වෙලා නැහැනේ දෙකයිනේ අහන්නේ. Right, the scientific name of coconut tree is Coccus nucifera. To which taxon does it belong? Taxonomy. Taxonomy of hierarchy. උඩින්ම ඉන්න taxonomy එක මොකද්ද? Domain. Domain. ඊළඟට kingdoms. ඊට පස්සේ phyla. Then classes. Order. මම ගිහිල්ලා ඊළඟට එනවා genus. Finally, species. මේකට කියන්නේ taxonomy levels කියලා. මේක අහන්නේ scientific name of coconut tree is Coccus nucifera. To which taxon does it belong? Coccus කියලා කියන්නේ gene. Coccus කියන්නේ genus. ඒ කියන්නේ generic name. Nucifera is the species. Nucifera is the species. Okay. C. The basic steps of formation of a multicellular organism is illustrated below. The diagram in your textbook grade 10. Sperm and the ovum making multicellular organism. What is the method of cell division that occurs during the formation of sperms and ova means formation of gametes. That is Meiosis. What is the structure denoted as A? Just after fertilization, what is it? Zygote is formed. Zygote. If this illustrate formation of human body, how many chromosomes are there in A? A means zygote. Ovum has 23, sperm has 23, zygote has 46 chromosomes. What is the process done by C? See what happened. There was one cell, but it undergoes mitosis and number of cells have been increased. So what happened is mitosis. New cells have been divided. Fifth one, diagram B illustrate a group of cells modified for a special function. How is it called? Diagram B illustrate group of cells modified. Cells එකතු වෙලා ගොඩක්. මොකක්ද හැදෙන්නේ? For a special function. It is called a tissue. Group of cells modified for a special function. How is it called? Function එක දහන්නේ. Diagram B illustrate a group of cells modified for special function. How is it called? Group of cells modified for special function is tissue. Yes, correct. Is it tissue? Chemistry. Wax is a fuel. Setup arranged by students to identify the products of combustion of wax. Is combustion of wax exothermic? Any combustion reaction is exothermic. ඕනෑම combustion reaction එකක් exothermic. අහන්න දෙයක් නැහැ. It releases heat. What is the substance denoted as P? Where's P? P is inside the U tube. It is used to identify water vapor, water. So it is anhydrous copper sulfate. Anhydrous copper sulfate. It turns into blue color when the water add. What change occurs P when wax is being combusted? When the wax is being combusted, water vapor enters, and due to ice, water vapor get condensed, then liquid water forms. When it touches, it turns into blue color crystals. Turns into blue crystals. නිල් පාට කැට වගේ හැදෙනවා. තිබ්බේ සුදු පාට. What change should be done to P in order to get quick observation? Quick observe කරන්න නම් should be done to P. P කියන එක කියන්න මොනවද තියෙන්න ඕනි කියලා අහනවා. What change should be done to P in order to get quick? එහෙනම් ඉතින් වැඩිපුර ice දාන්න. මේක පිරෙන්න ice දාන්න. එතකොට හරි. Add more ice. එතකොට ඉක්මනට condense වෙනවා. Fifth one. Which product of combustion of wax can be confirmed by observation obtained from changes occur to P? Which product of combustion of wax? Water. H2O. What change can be observed in Q? What's Q? Q means colorless lime water. It is used to identify carbon dioxide. Colorless lime water, calcium hydroxide. What happens in Q? It turns into milky. When carbon dioxide, CO2, add to calcium hydroxide, lime water, calcium carbonate is formed along with water. That's why the milky color is given. Calcium carbonate. It doesn't dissolve in water. Which product of combustion caused change you mention in carbon dioxide? What is the type of bond present in product you mentioned? Carbon dioxide is written as this. This is a covalent compound. Which type of bond? Covalent bond. Covalent bonds are there in carbon dioxide. Okay? Right, in B. Nature of the chemical reaction of metals PQRS with cold water, hot water, steam, and hydrochloric acid given below. Right. One of the brainstorming question. P does not react with either cold water or hot water, but react with the steam. React with hydrochloric acid so slowly. It is a metal like what? කවුරු වගේද? Does not react with hot water even. So it won't be aluminium. It won't be, sorry, it won't be sodium, won't be magnesium. Will be aluminium. Aluminium will react with steam as well as hydrochloric acid. Okay? Q. React rapidly with cold water. අහන්න දෙයක් නැහැ නම් sodium වගේ කෙනෙක්. Does not react R. Does not react with cold water, hot water, steam or dilute. එක්කෙනෙක් එක්කවත් react කරන්නේ නැහැ. කවුද මේ? Does not react with cold water, hot water, steam or dilute hydrochloric. It should be a metal below hydrogen in the activity series. Maybe gold, silver or platinum. Mercury. මේ වගේ කෙනෙක් වෙන්න එපා. ඇසිඩ් එක රියැක්ට් කරන්නෙත් නැහැ කියන්නේ. S does not react with cold water but react with hot water and cold water. වැරද්දක් තියෙනවා. Does not react with cold water. හරි. React with hot water and steam වෙන්න ඕන පුතේ. Steam. React with dilute. It is like magnesium, no? Magnesium cold water එකත් එක්ක නැති වුණාට hot water එකත් slowly react කරනවා. Steam එකත් එක්ක හොඳට react කරනවා. Acid එක ඊටත් වැඩි හොඳට react කරනවා. Write down the metals PQRS ascend in order of their activity. Ascend in කිව්වහම අඩු එකේ ඉඳන් වැඩි එකට. Least reactive metal. අර එක්කෙනෙක් හිතන්නේ කිසිම කෙනෙක් එක react කරන්නේ නැති. කවුද වේ? R. එහෙනම් R මුලට එන්න ඕන. මේ අහන්නේ ascending නෑ. activity series එකේ තියෙන descending order. මෙතන ඉල්ලන්නේ ascending order. අඩු එකකින් නම් වැඩි එකට. ඊට පස්සේ තව එක්කෙනෙක් හිටියන් නේද ඇසිඩ් එක විතරක් රියැක්ට් කරන. බලන්න. Shut up Siri. Does not react with either cold water or water, hot water. React with the steam. React with dilute acid slowly. මේ දෙන්න බලන්න P and S දෙන්න. Does not react with cold water. අරයා වගේමයි. React with hot water. එයා hot waterත් එක react කරනවනේ. P කෙනෙක් කෙනා එහෙමත් නැහැ. එහෙනම් ඊළඟට P. ඊට පස්සේ එනවා S. ඊට පස්සේ rapidly react metal like sodium. කවුද? Q. ඔන්න ascending order. Out of the metals PQRS, which element can be most probably found among atomic number 1 to 20 in the periodic table? මේ ගොල්ලන්ගෙන් එකේ සිට 20 දක්වා ඉන්න පුළුවන් කවුරුන්ද? Out of the metals PQRS, which element can be most probably found? වැඩියෙන්ම ඉන්න පුළුවන් Q. Sodium. QQ. Which is the least electronegative element? Electronegativity increases from left to right, decreases from top to bottom. Least කියන්නේ මුලමින් එක්කෙනා. එයා වෙන්න පුළුවන් Q. සෝඩියම්. සෝඩියම් වෙන්නත් පුළුවන්, ලිතියම් වෙන්නත් පුළුවන්. තව කවුද? පොටෑසියම් වෙන්නත් පුළුවන්. ෆස්ට් ගෲප් අයගේ තමයි ඉලෙක්ට්‍රොනෙගටිවිටි අඩුම. පහළට යන්න යන තවත් අඩුයි. Third one. If S is in third period, write down the balanced chemical equation for the reaction between metal S and steam. S in a third period. Couple third period elements in a මෙන්න මේ ටික තමයි third period ඉන්නේ. එහෙම නේද? ඔව්. S කියන්නේ magnesium වෙන්න ඕන. Balanced equation for the reaction between S and steam. එහෙනම් magnesium plus steam කියන්නේ H2O. මෙයා solid, මෙයා gas. ස්ටීම් එකේ එනර්ජි එක වැඩි නිසා ළමයි කෙලින්ම හැදෙන්නේ ඔක්සයිඩ් එක. කෙලින්ම මැග්නීසියම් ඔක්සයිඩ් දෙනවා. ප්ලස් හයිඩ්‍රජන්. වතුරත් එක්ක රියැක්ට් කරද්දී හයිඩ්‍රොක්සයිඩ් හැදුනට ස්ටීම් එකේ එනර්ජි වැඩිනේ. එනර්ජි වැඩි ඉන්න හේතුව මොකද්ද ස්ටීම් වල? ඒක ෆිසික්ස් වලින් කියන්න පුළුවන්නේ. මොකද්ද? It has extra energy, extra heat. What is it? Absorption of latent heat of vaporization. Latent heat of vaporization නිසා එයාගේ එනර්ජි එක වැඩි හීට් එක. ඒ නිසා එයාගේ එනර්ජි වැඩි. ඒ නිසා කෙලින්ම ඔක්සයිඩ් එකට යනවා මෙටල් එකක්. මැග්නීසියම් ඔක්සයිඩ්. මේක ඉතින් මැග්නීසියම් කියලා ලියන්නේ නැතුව ලිව්වොත් S plus H2O gas. කවුද හැදෙන්නේ? SO කියන ඔක්සයිඩ් එක and hydrogen. මෙන්න මේක තමයි ලියන්න වෙන ඉක්වේෂන් එක. S අකුරු දාලා. තේරුණාද? right. මෙතනින් අදට නවත්තනවා ක්ලාස් එක. අපි අනිත් දවසේ කතා කරමු. මම තව පේපර් එකක් කියවනවා. මේකේ part B එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒත් මම අර කිව්වේ ඔයාලා කැමති අලුත් papers වලට කියලා පුළුවන් තරම්. ඒ නිසා මම western province paper set එකක් එවනවා. අපි බලමු. right, okay then. Good night. මේකේ physics එක තියෙනවා. ඒකත් කරලා බලන්න අපි අනිත් දවසේ බලමු.